Hello again everyone, it's TKF again with my how to cheat basically all of mod packs involving blood magic in Botania with the other mod. Yep, that's worded that perfectly. Oh, in the last one we killed the Wither inside this chamber made of reinforced obsidian. As you can see up at the top of the screen, that little cell thing, it is wither proof, which is why I use it for all of my boss fighting needs. It is pretty darn expensive though. Lots of dark iron involved in it. Yep, there you go. Dark iron bars, dark steel, these are just regular iron bars. Dark steel is made in an alloy smelter, obsidian, coal, iron, for 1 dark steel ingot. So as you can imagine, that gets pretty expensive, especially when you're building something this big. And I did most of the walls too thick because I wasn't sure how the wither explosions would affect everything out here, if it would destroy blocks through the wall. But I removed this layer so I could actually test it, and even left a little space open there, and it doesn't affect it at all. So yeah, on to today's point. Another cheating blood magic with Botania thing. This altar, I was using the Well of Suffering thing to basically suck the souls out of these mobs spawning in here. Nice little spawners in there and stuff, to fill my blood altar and my blood orb. But I can do something else that is, it's slightly not as convenient as that, but it's still pretty cheaty. Especially if you have this setup over here where it's basically infinite mana. And I'm actually going to set up this thing over here to show you. First I'm going to set up a ritual called the Ritual of the Feathered Knife. And let's see how long it takes me to get to it. But there we go. What this ritual basically does is, well, I got the wrong ritual diviner, so I can't place dusk runes. Types of rituals can place dusk runes. That's the one I needed. Alright. Feathered Knife. There we go. First 4 are dusk runes, so that you can imagine that being able to be placed would kind of hinder this. But what this ritual basically does is it takes from your health points and puts that LP that it harvests into the blood altar. So I'm pretty sure I have this in range. I'm going to break this. Wasn't expecting that. To make sure I start with a clean slate. This will have 0 LP in it because I used redstone signal to a master ritual stone will turn off the ritual. So I turned off the Well of Suffering for this one. So I'm going to activate this. No, I'm not. Not yet. I am first going to set up a Serenade of the Nether. Serenade of the Nether. Boom. And just for beauty's sake, I'm going to fill in these little gaps. And floating thermal lilies. If you watched the previous, I think, 2 videos, you would know these things take lava and turn it into mana. Assuming you know the whole Botania mechanic thing. And this is a pretty advanced setup, but you can do this with a regular mana spreader. And this works with, like, you could even have one of these and it would still work pretty well. But, and you don't even have to have this version of them. You can have the non-floating version on just dirt blocks and it would work just fine. But there's a special other flower, fallen, not falled. I can't spell still, apparently. Fallen Canard. Canard, not really sure. But this thing gives you regeneration. I'm gonna get rid of that little... You know what? I don't need mobs for this, so I'm gonna set it to peaceful. Boom. This thing gives you regeneration. Which means... Oh, I should have... Anyway. Which means as soon as I turn this on, it's gonna start sucking from my life points. It looks like I have it too far away. Well then. I'm just gonna have to move this over. You know what? I am doing this all sorts of wrong. Boom. Now, as you can see, there's ritual, or not ritual, blood altar currently available to put life essence into, because that one is apparently out of this ritual's range, because I, like the derp I am, didn't do my research. Now, when I put it here, this ritual has a pretty far range on the for taking your LP, and it seems like it's not taking it very fast. It usually takes me down to about 3 hearts, 2.5 pretty quickly, but you can see it is indeed putting my LP in there. Now, if this leaving me at full health is indeed a derp, this thing will keep you at basically full health, because you regenerate faster than that thing takes your health away. So I can infinitely stand next to this thing and a blood altar with that ritual and fill my blood altar. Now, these are runes of sacrifice, but if I were to replace them with runes of self-sacrifice, that would increase the amount of LP that I get from damage, from myself being damaged by a ritual. The way I had it set up, I was using hostile mobs to fuel this so that I could be away from the blood altar and still reap its benefits. But, so yeah, these increase the amount of LP you get from each hostile mob damaged by a ritual or by the Dagger of Sacrifice. So yeah, a cheaty way to get yourself a quick boost to your LP, like if you're crafting something that takes a whole lot of LP, for example, I don't know why I keep open my inventory, I'm in survival, the advanced blood orbs. They take a whole lot of LP, usually more than your altar can handle, or can hold, unless you, like, replace all of these with increased capacity runes, which you still need a higher tier of altar to actually make, which means you need a higher tier of blood orb just to make the things that you need to make the higher tier of altar. It's complicated. A whole lot of build up and work just to get to a comfortable tier. Like, this is just a tier 3. There are, I believe, 6 tiers now of blood altar and blood orb. The 6th one I have never seen outside of a YouTube video by Direwolf. He does a really great job of explaining the whole blood magic stuff, but yeah, it's to move up to the next tier, it's cumulative. You have to have all of the tiers before it, and then add on the next ring of these runes. So a tier 1 would be like this. That's a tier 1. It has no runes underneath it. It's just the blood altar. Once you have these runes and these 4 on the corners, at first don't count. Like, you can just have them be regular blood runes that don't give you any bonuses, because if you make them I believe until you get to tier 3, the corner ones aren't taken into account, except that for the fact that they need to be runes. Like, you don't receive any bonuses from them. That's a much more articulate way to say it. But yeah, you need all of these filled in, and then tier 3 these, then you need 2 solid blocks. Because I'm killing hostile mobs, I have my solid blocks as these vacuum chests, so they just suck up the drops, and when one gets full, it'll just go to another one, and I don't think I'll ever run out of room here, so I don't have to worry about drops and entities staying loaded. But on top of that pillar of 2 blocks, you need glowstone. On the next tier, it's 1 down and 1 out from, or 2 out. So basically, it would be along here. You need to fill that in with runes. In the corners, you will have 4 high stack of any solid block with bloodstone here. This large bloodstone bricks on top of it. And then the final tier is 1 down and 2 out from that one, with all of these runes. And then the corners, you have beacons, and you can, like, 1 out, say this is the beacon. This thing doesn't have to be, it can be like an iron block. We have the beacons around here give you things like regeneration and all sorts of things to replace the effect of this, so you don't actually have to have this set up in order to continually feed LP into this. And I have no idea what to do for tier 6 yet. I watched the video once and wasn't really paying attention, so I'm sure I'll come up with a way to cheat that too, because that seems to be what I'm good at. So yeah, basically using Botania, you can get just about everything you need to level up your altar. And using blood magic, you can get just about everything you need to get infinite mana for Botania. So those 2 mods go hand in hand excellently. And if I can figure out any more mods that would contribute to this lovely symbiotic relationship, then I will keep you updated. I will see you in a future episode. See ya.